The world of music has always been a place where glitter and gold hide secrets darker than the midnight sky. But when those secrets finally come to light, they shatter not just careers, but lives. And now, at the center of one of the most explosive revelations in modern entertainment, stands Rihanna, the global superstar, business mogul and cultural icon, who, with tears in her eyes, has finally spoken out about Jay-Z's alleged secret child. What she revealed has left the entire industry shaken. The silence before the storm. For years, whispers circled in the shadows of the music industry. Whispers about Jay-Z's private life. While the world knew him as the billionaire mogul, the husband of Beyoncé, and one half of hip-hop's most powerful empire, insiders often claimed there was a part of his life deliberately hidden from public view, a child born outside of his marriage, whose existence was allegedly kept under wraps. The story wasn't new. Rumors had surfaced multiple times, lawsuits filed by individuals claiming to be his children, stories from women who insisted they had ties to the rap legend. Yet Jay-Z himself had always remained silent, his legal team sweeping away claims and the public quickly moving on. But this time, it wasn't a faceless claim. This time, it was Rihanna's trembling voice that broke the silence. Rihanna's breaking point. Those close to Rihanna say she has carried the weight of this secret for years. Industry insiders whisper that she knew far more than the public ever realized. The Barbadian singer who rose to stardom under Jay-Z's guidance at Def Jam has long had a complicated bond with him, mentor, friend, and, according to rumors, something deeper. During a recent emotional sit-down, Rihanna reportedly broke down. Tears streamed down her face as she admitted, "I kept quiet for so long, but the truth destroys you on the inside. People deserve to know what really happened." Her words stunned the room. For years, Rihanna had kept her distance from public drama involving Jay-Z and Beyoncé. She had focused on her empire, Fenty Beauty, Savage X Fenty, her music legacy, and now motherhood. But her sudden decision to speak now has left fans wondering, why? Why now? The secret child allegations. According to Rihanna, the whispers were not just rumors. She admitted she had known about a child connected to Jay-Z for years. She didn't name the child directly, perhaps out of protection, or perhaps out of fear, but her words painted a vivid picture of a young life caught in the crossfire of power, fame, and silence. She described sleepless nights, moments where she wanted to scream the truth to the world, but was bound by loyalty, fear, and the crushing weight of the industry's silence code. "I remember seeing the pain in someone's eyes, someone who never asked for this life, someone who didn't choose who their father was. And I stayed silent. I hate myself for that." The admission sent shockwaves across social media. Fans began to connect dots. Old lawsuits resurfaced in online discussions. Clips of Jay-Z being evasive in past interviews were replayed. Beyoncé's carefully guarded public image was re-examined. A history of rumors. Jay-Z's name has long been tied to stories of infidelity and secret children. In 2011, a woman named Chanel Scott claimed Jay-Z fathered her son. In 2015, another man, Rymir Satterthwaite, filed a paternity suit against the rapper, insisting he was his biological father. Jay-Z denied both claims, and in time, the public forgot. But Rihanna's words have breathed new life into these buried scandals. Social media timelines exploded. Rihanna crying about Jay-Z's secret kid? Oh, this industry is darker than we thought. If Rihanna knew, Beyoncé knew. Imagine the pain in that marriage. Jay-Z's empire is about to crumble. Rihanna doesn't speak for no reason. Beyoncé's silence. Perhaps the most haunting part of this entire scandal is Beyoncé's silence. For years, Queen Bey has mastered the art of silence, letting her music, her visuals, and her carefully crafted image speak for her. But as Rihanna's words spread like wildfire, fans began questioning how much Beyoncé knew and how long she had been carrying the weight of her husband's alleged betrayal. Some fans believe Lemonade, Beyoncé's groundbreaking visual album, already hinted at more than just Becky with the good hair. It may have been her way of processing not just infidelity, but the existence of a hidden family. If Rihanna's words are true, then Beyoncé's silence all these years looks less like ignorance and more like sacrifice. The internet's As clips of Rihanna's teary revelations spread, the internet went into overdrive. YouTubers posted breakdowns, podcasters dissected timelines, Twitter spaces filled with heated debates. Some defended Rihanna for finally speaking. She carried this weight for years. She deserves peace. Rihanna has nothing to gain from this, only truth. Others, however, accused her of stirring trouble. Why now? She's trying to mess up Beyoncé's empire. This is attention-seeking. Jay-Z denied those kids for a reason. But one thing was clear. The story had gripped the world. The emotional toll. Rihanna's revelation wasn't just about Jay-Z. It was about pain, silence, and the cost of protecting powerful men in an industry built on secrets. She admitted the guilt nearly destroyed. I built my career with someone who wasn't always honest. I loved him for guiding me, but I hated what he was hiding. And the worst part is, I couldn't protect the person who needed it most. That child. Her words cracked open decades of speculation about the sacrifices women in the music industry are forced to make. The bigger picture. This isn't just a story about one man and one child. It's about how power protects secrets, how loyalty silences truth, and how the people caught in the middle, women and children, suffer the most. Rihanna's tears symbolize something larger, a reckoning in the music industry, where even the most powerful figures can no longer hide behind fame and fortune. What happens next? Will Jay-Z respond? Will Beyoncé finally break her silence? Will the alleged child step forward? One thing is certain. Rihanna's voice has changed the narrative forever. The world is watching, and the Carter empire may never be the same again. Behind the glam, diamonds, and global success, Rihanna's silence carried a heavy price. Insiders close to her revealed that she often wrestled with guilt when she looked at her own child. Becoming a mother herself had awakened something deep inside her. The realization of what it means for a child to grow up without the full presence of their father. In private conversations with friends, Rihanna reportedly admitted, "When I held my baby for the first time, I thought of them. I thought of the child whose father chose silence. I thought of the pain they must feel, and I couldn't escape it anymore." Her voice cracked with emotion, as if the very act of being a mother forced her to confront the secret she had carried for years. The unspoken bond with Jay-Z. Rihanna's relationship with Jay-Z was never simple. He wasn't just her label head or her mentor. He was the man who took a chance on her when she was just a teenager from Barbados. He opened doors for her, guided her through the industry, and shaped her into the global superstar she is today. But that bond came with strings. She knew his private world, saw the cracks others couldn't see, and bore witness to the moments that contradicted the image of a faithful husband and devoted family man. Industry sources claim Rihanna felt trapped between love and loyalty. Speaking out earlier could have destroyed not only Jay-Z's empire, but also her own career at a time when she was still rising. The power imbalance was clear. Jay-Z was untouchable, and she was still proving herself. Now, with her own empire secure, Rihanna finally feels free to speak. But the cost of her silence all those years is something she admits she'll never forgive herself for. Beyoncé's quiet anguish. Where does this leave Beyoncé? That's the question haunting fans across the globe. If Rihanna knew, then Beyoncé almost certainly knew as well. The marriage of Jay-Z and Beyoncé has always been under a microscope. The cheating, scandals, the Becky with the good hair saga, the elevator fight with Solange. But through it all, Beyoncé stayed. Why? Rihanna's revelation has made fans wonder if Beyoncé's choice to stay wasn't just about love, but about protecting her children and her legacy. Beyoncé built an empire alongside Jay-Z. Walking away would have meant dismantling not just a marriage, but a billion-dollar dynasty. Yet, the quiet anguish is visible. Every line in Lemonade, every subtle glance during interviews, every tear shed in her most vulnerable performances now takes on new meaning. Rihanna's voice has forced the world to reconsider Beyoncé's silence not as ignorance, but as resilience. Social media detectives at work. The internet has become a crime scene. From TikTok to Reddit, fans are dissecting every past interview, every lyric, every lawsuit involving Jay-Z. Old court documents from paternity cases have resurfaced, spreading like wildfire. Clips of Jay-Z dodging personal questions in interviews are now viral again, with captions like, "Look at his eyes. He knew." The guilt is written all over his face. Even Beyoncé's own songs are being re-examined. "Sorry, I Ain't Sorry" is being decoded as her silent rage. "Daddy Lessons" is now being interpreted as a mother's way of teaching her children about the complicated man their father truly is. And then there's Rihanna. Fans are going back to her discography, pointing to songs like Unfaithful and Take a Bow as possible coded messages about what she knew. Whether or not these interpretations are true, one thing is clear. The internet has become an unofficial jury, and Jay-Z is being judged in real time. Industry insiders speak out. Since Rihanna's tearful revelation, more voices have begun to whisper. Former insiders from Roc Nation, Def Jam, and even close associates of Jay-Z have hinted that this secret child has been an open secret in the industry for years. One former music executive, speaking anonymously, admitted, "Everybody knew there was something. Papers were sealed, lawyers were paid, and stories disappeared overnight. But you can't bury the truth forever." Rihanna finally said what others were too scared to. This statement has ignited even more speculation. If so many knew, why did no one speak up? Was it money? Fear? Or the sheer influence of Jay-Z's empire that kept everyone silent? Rihanna's tears equal to a turning point. For Rihanna, this isn't about revenge. It isn't about clout. Her tears reveal something much deeper. The human cost of secrets kept too long. When she cried, she wasn't just crying for herself, she was crying for the unnamed child, for Beyoncé, for every woman silenced by power, for every secret forced into the dark so that men in positions of influence could keep their spotless image. And perhaps, that's why her words cut deeper than any lawsuit or tabloid headline ever could.